Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I lost your picture. Now I have your picture back. How do you pronounce your name correctly?
Lisa Walker.
Lisa Walker.
Hmm.
That's easy name to I think pronounce to anybody, right? Uh, so I'm a little bit, as you can see, at the playground with my
Yeah.
younger one, and you are inside of your space, so you will have probably better sound, but I have better light because right now there is not much sun in New York, so
Hmm.
it's the light kind of diffuse over the clouds. Lisa, it's my knowledge that you do makeup, correct?
Yes.
And you do some sales. Can you maybe talk a little bit about you, like what kind of credibility do you have in the space of makeup and selling?
Okay. So I started doing makeup in 2018, actually, and it's anything creative is really my passion. I love creating new looks, creating new characters, and everything, and I love the smile that I put on my clients' faces at the end. And I
Did you
started.
practice most on yourself and then on others, or like you start doing it with others?
Yes, I started on myself first. Um, Back in 2015, I really wasn't that great, but then I built up my. I started practicing more 2018, and then I started my business 2019, working with photographers and models and everything. And then COVID hit, so I had to I had to pause that, and I started
Did you go
selling
to school
products.
for makeup? You watch a lot of YouTube tutorials. Like, where your knowledge base of? Like, you have like teachers who taught you, or you self-taught. Like,
I'm self-taught.
everything self-taught? Okay.
Yes.
Uh, mm, do you have any people that you admire who you follow through or in makeup, or it's like basically like unnamed, just lots of different sources?
Mostly YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube makeup artists, and that's how I
Mhm.
gained my knowledge. Um, Alyssa Ashley is really she's one of the first people that I started watching on YouTube, and
Mhm.
Jade Pierce as well.
Do you have your own YouTube, now tutorials on YouTube how to do makeup?
No, I have it on Instagram TV,
So you
IGTV.
do Instagram TV.
Hmm.
Even though we discussed that will be the last question, but since we touch upon that one, maybe you can do a plug-in. What's your Instagram and why do you prefer Instagram over YouTube?
My Instagram is Lisa_fashionista. I prefer YouTube because sorry, Instagram because
I prefer
during
YouTube to Instagram.
really.
I'll tell you my reason. Yeah, absolutely, 100 times. I'll tell you my reasoning. Tell me yours.
Well, being that I'm in school, I have more time for Instagram than YouTube right now. So after
Okay.
school, I want to pursue YouTube videos, but with my
What
scheduling,
what
I
what do you
just
study in school? What's your major?
fashion marketing. I'm getting my master's now.
Nice. Which school do you go to, if you can
LIM
mention?
College
LAM. Where's that?
on 53rd Street on the west
In
side.
Manhattan?
Hmm. But
Oh,
I go on.
okay.
I take classes online though.
Gotcha. So it's my understanding. Maybe next interview we can do face to face, and maybe like you can come even to my show on Sunday. I have a show in Central Park this Sunday, a fashion
Okay.
show.
Oh, that's
Uh,
nice.
so so back to that question. So my answer would be I love YouTube 100 times more than Instagram, and the my reasoning is for Instagram you need to have an account, and for
Hmm.
YouTube you don't. So a lot of people who work for government and like CIA agents, like FBI agents, like government official judges and so forth. A lot of people don't have Instagram and Facebook for different reasons, whether the job does not allow them or the family or whatever the personal. But YouTube, anyone can watch. You don't need an account as long as it's anonymous. As long as you post it, anyone, any phone, any computer, pretty much open to YouTube. But Instagram, many jobs, banks, and corporations ban at the
That's true.
workplace. So that's kind of limits accessibility. Like my older crowd, like people who have money and
Hmm.
ability to spend, they don't have Instagram and they don't know how to operate TikTok, Instagram, that kind of stuff. But they all watch YouTube videos. So that's my choice of media primarily.
I
Uh,
never thought of
going
it that
back,
way.
going back to line of questioning that we agree upon. I want to stay on schedule, things that we kind of covered. So my second question to you is, like you mentioned, COVID hit and it's alter your perspective to life, and not just you, probably the rest of the world, right?
Mhm.
Uh, what is the how did COVID affect you? Like you told me before we started the interview that because of COVID, you kind of switched from makeup to sales and stuff. Like like what do you do to say keep people safe when you do makeup for them? Do you wear a mask? Do you make them wear a mask? It's tough to do like a lipstick with and when the person wears a mask, right?
Right.
Do you
Do,
have a longer pole, or like you do it in outside, or like with the wind? Like what are the steps that you can take as a makeup artist to like going? I don't know, testing every hour for COVID, like getting vaccinated. Like what steps can you do to do makeup in the new world post pandemic?
right. Since well, as you mentioned earlier, that I've paused with makeup, but I was thinking about coming back during the summertime where we can actually sit outside on the porch. That's a little more safer than being in an enclosed space. Um, but I think that well, for me, I would wear the mask because obviously the client can't wear the mask. But I feel like being outdoors would be helpful as well. Um,
Hmm. I
with the
think with the
wind,
makeup, the wind kind of blows things up.
right,
It's kind of easier because hair people they usually need electricity and heat to do curls and all that stuff, and that's tough to do in the park when you don't have
right,
much electricity. But makeup, it's still possible in a park if you have like a tent, like something that's like kind of helps with the wind.
right.
Maybe the
That's what I was thinking too. Just to keep it safe instead of being in an enclosed space, like I mentioned earlier. Um,
Do you
but
think shorter period of time might be helpful? Usually, it takes me when I do a makeup, it takes me like maybe 40 minutes to an hour. Maybe
hmm,
if I can learn to do my job faster, that's minimize the time that I spend in front of other person.
for
That
sure.
may be also helpful tip. Just do it faster. Like
Yes.
I don't know. Don't look, like, don't breathe. Like be in front of the when the person speaks, so like all the like, bacteria that flies
Hmm.
maybe that maybe
And it
okay
depends on the look too, because if I'm doing like a character look, it would take a while.
cosplay, yes,
Right.
oh yeah, absolutely, there is no way around that. Do you like cosplay? Do you do anime?
I love, well, not really anime, but I love doing Disney looks. I've done Genie, Scar, anything that has to do with any type of character. I love doing those. That's
uh,
also how I started on TikTok too.
that nice, congratulations. I love TikTok. I think right now it's like one of my most where if I have free time to spend, that's where I get most of my information for my next
Hmm.
video. TikTok is amazing in that sense. Let me ask you a question, staying on course. We agree that maybe you can tell a funny story or a sad story for the audience, like maybe about sales, maybe about the makeup. Is anything comes to your mind like sad story or funny story that you can share?
Sad story. Um, I
Make
think.
the audience cry.
Um, let's see. I think that I try to be a little upbeat. I try not to focus on the
Then
negative
then
of
then
life.
then
But
then tell them a funny story. Make them laugh.
okay.
Anything funny happen in makeup?
I would just say really my videos. I feel like on TikTok, that's how I start. I really want to get into acting, so I feel like creating my videos got me a
Are
little
you
more.
are you SAG union by any chance? Are
No,
you
I would
SAG?
love to.
No.
I want to really be in like movies and TV shows and all that. And I'm just trying to
Oh,
find an agency. And I hate that the fact that when you try to sign up with modeling agencies, for example, they always tell you, oh, you're not what we're looking for. And then, they tell you either you need to be skinnier or something. And I just feel like
that's
I like
crazy.
my weight, I like my body
Mhm.
type, and I don't want to lose any more weight. So that's probably the saddest thing about this career is that you can't
I,
really
I,
find an
I,
agent.
I I think you found the wrong ones. the right ones. They want the way you are. You just need to find the person, the company that's kind of real, and they take normal people and make things work their way rather than make them fit the standard.
Yeah, I just it focusing on that because I took a break from school to focus on modeling. I took a year break after I graduated from my last college, and I was focused on trying to find an agency. And everywhere I went, it was, "You're not what we're looking for. You're too short. You're not thin enough." And it made me really depressed, to be honest. And
Wow.
I keep trying though. I'm not gonna give up. So hopefully one day.
Okay.
But my advice to
So
anyone
it's a
who
sad
wants to
story.
just not give up.
You didn't make you didn't come up with it. I kind of put you on the spot, so maybe on the next interview you think in advance like a funny story, a sad story that you can share with the audience. Let's try the question number 4. That's like a skill kind of life hack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that comes to your mind that you can share with the audience in terms of makeup life hack?
Yes, I've found a way to not let the mask rub off my makeup. So pretty much just put extra setting powder. So what I do is I put my primer on, then I put powder, and then I do my whole makeup routine, and then I put more powder. And it might sound like a lot, but it's really it helps. The makeup it sits there even under the mask, and I've had no problems with the N95 and the surgical ones. The blue. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep your face a little matte, it's always powder.
Okay, since we kind of touched on the last question earlier, you already did the plugin for your social media. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the interview, since we already got 12 minutes of recording?
I also mentioned TikTok earlier. It's the same as my Instagram, Lisa_fashionista. And
nice. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. If you think that Lisa deserves another interview with us, our channel, and we want to bring her back, maybe you can comment and like, and kind of if she can book some gigs in the space of sales and makeup and modeling for that in that regard. I think that will help us to bring her, or give me a chance to ask her to do another interview. So let's.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Sorry. My business that I started during COVID is called GG Cosmetics. So on Instagram, that's shop GG Cosmetics _. I started selling body butters. Now I'm selling body butters and bath bombs, and I'm going to add candles as well, and lip scrubs and body scrubs, all self-care things.
Nice. Guys, take a look at this one. Maybe you find something useful. That's another useful plugin. Thank you.
You're welcome.